If you manage to follow his 4 hacks, you'll instantly see improvements and you'll be on your way to getting major placements.
So you're working really hard to land your first major placement, but for some inexplicable reason, you're just not getting the results you think you deserve.
You're probably feeling a little bit lost, wondering if this road is the one for you.
Your Instagram page is a mess and your content is just not coherent. One day you're posting a Drake type beat and the next something completely different.
And yet you're wondering why you have such a difficult time placing the artist that you want to place.
Today, we'll be going through our defined, tested, and result guaranteeing tactics to land your very first major placement. My name is Lenny.
And my name is Gandad.
And we founded Italy's #1 producer collective in 2019, Hypn Records.
Hypn Records has used these very techniques that we're about to unveil in this video to place major artists such as Fivio Foreign, Baby Gang, Morad, and many more, all this year alone.
Today, we'll tell you exactly what is proven to drive results. By the end of this video, we guarantee that you'll know exactly which steps to follow to land a major placement within just a few months. Hack number 1. Create a brand for yourself. The first hack that we're about to unveil might just be the most important step to achieving big results in the long run. Disregarding this step will make it really difficult for you to create meaningful and impactful connections within the industry.
Listen, I know that showing your face on social media is not that easy, and it comes from personal experience. But switch the perspective and put yourself in the shoes of the people that you're trying to work with. Obtaining results always requires sacrifice, and this is just another instance of sacrifice that is needed for you to achieve the goals that you want to achieve and to work with the people that you want to work with.
So now just imagine that you're going through your Instagram DMs, one of which is from this guy called 808 Devil, and the DM reads, "Yo G, your stuff is hard, let me send some loops." So then perhaps you go check out his profile and all you see is a random meme with a beat in the background. Do you find that appealing? Does that make you want to work with this producer? Why would that person consciously choose to help you to achieve something just because you sent a random DM? If there's just one thing that you need to remember, it's this: you're only going to see the rewards when you start adding value to others.
Now, let me be very clear. You need to find your own way to distinguish yourself from all the other people. I know it sounds difficult, but I'm going to show you 2 ways in which you can do this. These tactics will depend whether you already have some kind of placements, even minor, or if you never even had a snippet with an artist.
If you already do have some credits under your belt, make sure that producers visiting your profile can instantly see that you have something going on for yourself. That can be in the form of a post, but it can also just be adding your credits and your snippets in your highlight section. And in this section, be sure to write something very clear, such as credits, major placements, whatever it is. And in this case, you're not required to show yourself because you already have what we like to call social proof. That being said, even in this case, it's still highly recommendable to put yourself out there to make your brand more recognizable.
But what if you don't have any snippets or any placements? Well, in this case, it's crucial that you find your own way to stand out from the rest. You must see yourself as a brand, as an identity who's different from all the other and who's appealing to people. And the first thing that I suggest is just showing yourself, show your face. I know it's hard, but most of the people who are actually successful in the music industry show their face and have a brand. Think about your favorite producers, Benny X, ADL Jacob, and everybody. They show their face, they make interviews, they make posts in which they show themselves, etc, etc. You know them because of their face. So don't be afraid to show your face too. What you can do, for example, is post pictures of yourself in instances and situations that are related to music. Go to the studio with your friends and use the studio session to make beats, but also to take pictures and post those pictures even together. Show that you work with other people, show that you go to the studio. You don't even need a high quality camera. Your iPhone, if 1% out of 4 people has an iPhone, that's more than enough.
Then you can create a carousel post with beats and samples following a really high quality picture. This way, both artists and producers immediately have a reference of your music and can quickly evaluate whether you're somebody they want to work with or not. Hack number 2, treat producers as people, not as opportunities. So here's a question for you. What do you think is the one thing that all producers have in common? They're people.
Most people think they can treat producers like opportunities, like you just give me something and that's it and we're done. And then they wonder why they never get replies to their messages.
If you really want to establish a meaningful connection within the industry, whether it's with an artist, a producer, or anybody else, it needs to start from respect. And to be honest, this is something that we lack of in this industry. This does not mean that you need to be friends with every single producer or artist that you meet. In fact, some producers are very much business oriented and they want to skip the chit chat and just get to business, and that's fine. However, there's a huge difference balance between presenting yourself in a way that's valuable for somebody else or just being spammy and treating people as opportunities.
To create value, explain what you're trying to achieve and see if there's a common ground between you and the person that you're talking to. If the person is just straight business, make sure that you're regular in working with that person and that you're very professional. But on the other hand, if the producer is more like, let's talk and let's know each other, make sure to talk to him, ask him questions, ask him where he's from, etc., etc. You could be creating a strong bond and maybe even a friendship.
Hack number 3, use networking tools. So it's 2023 and the truth is that times are changing really fast. So listen carefully to this third hack, which will enable you to create a network of producers to efficiently work with.
10 years ago, the only way to link up was to actually show up to the studio. Now the times are different. We now have digital tools that allow us to work with other people from the comfort of our bedroom.
One of the most useful tools is Discord. Discord is an app that essentially allows you to join servers where other producers collaborate, and more importantly, you can use features like voice chat and screen sharing to efficiently work with one another. There's another key concept that I think we tend to forget in the music industry, but if you want to go fast, go alone, and if you want to go far, go together. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we've seen over the years the amount of people that just try to make it on their own, while at times teaming up with people that have the same mindset as you is just the best way you can get things done. I mean, we obviously learned this with Hypn Records. We're a collective of 17 producers, and being this many producers with the same mindset has really allowed us to be more efficient. So the point is that Discord is an amazing tool to find that producer you might want to start working with.
So you might be wondering, where do I find Discord servers that can actually help me reach my goals? There are actually two main ways.
The first one is to actually look for public servers of producers that you admire. More often than not, medium to big producers will actually have their own Discord community, so make sure that you check out their Instagram bio for the link.
Within those servers, you'll usually find a general chat where you can chat about anything, and you'll find different sections that are dedicated to specific topics, such as sending loops, receiving loops, sending beats, A&Ring, and stuff like that. The cool side about these servers is that you can easily link up with the people that you admire, because it's their servers.
And to be honest, this is an opportunity that bears no cost. The downside is that these servers do tend to be a little bit chaotic, unregulated, or at times even a little bit toxic. Given that really often they do become huge communities, you might start feeling a little bit lost in the chaos. But again, that's only one way of doing it. The second way is to actually look for private servers. In these private communities, although they will bear a cost, you'll find incredibly talented and motivated producers to work on major placements with.
These are closed communities with a price barrier, with the goal of removing people who are not actually interested in achieving their goals. If I'm willing to pay for something, that it means that I'm really serious about it and that I'm really serious about my goals.
These servers, on the other hand, tend to be really well structured, which can facilitate your workflow to expedite results. And this is exactly what we had in mind when we created our own Hypn Weekly server. The amount of value that you get behind this offer is just incredible. On top of receiving really high quality samples every single Friday, you're also going to get access to a huge welcome pack full of sounds, and you're also going to get access to our private Discord server. You'll mostly find really hungry for success producers. They're people that really tend to work together, and the cool thing is that it's the easiest way for us as a collective to work with external producers and ultimately to share our opportunities with other producers from around the world. So yeah, in my opinion, this is the craziest offer we have right now on our website hypnvault.com, so check it out if you feel like it. Hack number 4, network the artists team. Now listen, this next step is probably the most underrated hack to achieve major placements.
Everybody's always focused on the actions that seem the most obvious. If I could send samples to Baniacs, of course it would be easy to place Yeet. But if you really want to achieve something incredible, you need to do something that's innovative and stand out from the rest. This is one of the main principles of some of the most successful businesses on earth. Don't you want to take advantage of that?
You need to remember that every globally renowned artist has a large-scale team working with them. And those very people are easier to contact and are willing to help if you're able to provide some kind of value. You need to think, how can I make their life better?
As a simple example, think of engineers as a great opportunity. You just send a link, for example, Dropbox, with 20 high-quality beats that are perfect for his artist. He plays them up during the session, he gets hyped, the artist gets hyped, and you get placements. The artist got to record on some high-quality beats, the engineer got some props for finding those cool beats, and you yourself got a placement. The engineer is gonna be grateful, and from there on, you're locked in. You have a direct connection with the artist.
It's a very simple win-win-win that's literally driven by value. And apply the same principle to all the people around the artist. Think of people like managers or tour managers, graphic designers, video makers, sound engineers. I mean, there's so many people working within these huge teams. Everybody can help if you're willing to provide some kind of value, and everybody's gonna win from your genius move.
Now that you're aware of these hacks, there's one last thing that's very important, and that's consistency.
It really isn't about using these hacks once or twice, but rather about compounding the impact of implementing these hacks in your daily life over a long period of time. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.